Did that really? Oh god, that really just fucking happened, didn't it? Okay, so Death Night of Anime here, bringing you guys the review for One Piece episode 837. And you know what? I'm just gonna start off this review by addressing the gigantic ass elephant in the room. Lin Lin, Big Mom, ate everyone. She ate the children of the Lamb House and Mother Caramel herself. She did that, people. She really did that. And from it, there are so many fucking tragedies to talk about in this situation. Like, honestly, there's so much shit to talk about in terms of the context of 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 Lin Lin eating Mother Caramel. The first one, the first one, of course, being that Lin Lin basically, Mother Caramel died without pretty much Lin Lin even knowing of her true colors. So, for all these fucking years, she's been under the impression that Mother Caramel has been this sweet, loving, caring nun who looked after her and the children for years. But in reality, she isn't even deserving of Lin Lin's love or affection anymore. Like that in itself is already tragic enough. Like learning that the person you love isn't exactly the real person you actually cared about. Like, holy crap. But even more than that, though, is that if you look at it, the Giants were fucking right. The Giants were even though Caramel kept Lin Lin around in order to sell her to the Marines and whatnot. Yeah, we're gonna get another. Even though Lin Lin was kept around by Mother Caramel for nefarious purposes, which we'll get into later. At the end of the day, the Giants were right. The Giants knew what kind of a monster and what kind of a threat would inevitably be born out of it. But at the same, would inevitably be born because, yeah, Lin Lin is a monster without even wanting to be. But the thing that honestly really boggles me is, would this would this pretty much would she have become the monster if she hadn't ate the others? Would she have gone down a different path? I genuinely have no, like, there are so many what ifs to definitely be born out of this that I'm not even sure what the. There are definitely so many what ifs and tragedies to be born out of this that I'm not even sure what is. I'm not even sure what to think. Like, damn, and like there, in One Piece. Like, honestly, it's really shit like this and other shit I will be addressing as well that really makes me question how the hell One Piece gets away with this shit while still remaining in the shonen demographic. Is it just like, what Batman the animated series did? Like, as long as you use a certain tact, you can pretty much get away with anything. Like, it's, yeah. Big Mom ate Mother Caramel. That's, oh boy, it's just insane. It's too insane for words half the time. Anyway, moving aside from that craziness, having said that, with Big Mom having ate Mother Caramel, there is one gigantic question mark that is kind of ringing in my head from watching this episode, which is that okay, Big Big Mom, presumably, from what I can see, obtained the power of the Soul fruit from eating Mother Caramel. Like, that's... is... I have that right, correct? Because if that is how things went down, I'm kind of questioning the legitimacy of it. Because if I remember correctly, when a power holder dies in One Piece, the power of the Devil Fruit is reborn in another area of the world. So, yeah, that just had me really questioning the whole power transfer concept now. Because, like, I thought, what was I thought that was legitimately the only way that the powers could get passed on is that the power would have to be is that the person would have to die, and then the power would get reborn, and then someone else would actually have to physically eat the fruit in order to inherit the power. I I thought that's how it worked, but or did I miss something in Devil Fruit 101 class? Like I'm legitimately questioning that one because I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So I'm questioning the legitimacy of how Lin managed to get hold of the soul fruit here. It it kind of boggles me a bit, but whatever. And and but yeah, and okay. So let's get into Mother Caramel herself. In this episode, it's Mother Caramel's true colors are revealed as a child trafficker who sold children to the world government, and that the Holy Mother bit was part of the act. You you pretty much know what this means, right? From the very beginning of this flashback, she successfully basically tricked everyone around her. The children, the giants, and Lin. Hell, she even successfully sold John Giant, a person we're all familiar with, to the Marines right under the Giants' noses. And it's episodes like this where I always shake my head while legitimately questioning how the hell One Piece gets away with this shit while still remaining in the shonen demographic. Like, I'll reiterate again, she was a child trafficker. She sold children willingly to the world government in order to make them either soldiers or Cypherpole agents. There are just so many things wrong with that. And what makes, and honestly, what, and going back to the thing about, and I'm sorry, I forgot to mention this when I was talking about it. The biggest, honestly, even knowing all this, like, the biggest tragedy of Big Mom, of the biggest tragedy that's born from all this misfortune, is that Big Mom's desire to make peace with the giants. Okay, we can pretty much there's one thing we can assume from this flashback as a whole at this point, is that one, Big Mom did tell him that they did tell Luffy and the gang that she wanted to in fact have the giants on her side in order to fight Kaido. That's a legitimate point. But with this episode, sorry, we also get a vibe of that she was really doing it because she was pretty much in order to make amends for pretty much the sin she committed against the giants, and you could say she's even partly doing it because Mother Caramel herself had such a good relationship with the giants at the time. So, and again, that's the biggest tragedy because Big Mom is wanting, in a certain way, Big Mom is wanting to reestablish a relationship with the giants under complete false pretenses that no one knows about, that no one fucking knew about, like, that no one is, to my knowledge, even fucking aware about, like, other than Mother Caramel herself. Like, it's, yeah, like, Big Mom is doing this with the good intentions, but the good intentions she's striving for are, but the reason for but the background behind the good intentions is severely fucked up. It's like, oh god, there's just Ooh, like I know I know I keep repeating that word over and over again in this video, but there is just so much tragedy to be taken from this episode that it's actually kind of that there's so many levels of tragedy to be taken from this episode that it's actually kind of insane, really. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I have for this review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Death Night of Anime, signing off. Later, guys. Yeah, Big Mom. Wow.